Hello! It's that time of the year, Black Friday, where we all spend a ton of money on things that we don't really need, but somehow we really want. That's how it works, of course. And do you remember the days when you used to just spend a lot of money on the Friday?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
And then if you were lucky, there was maybe a Cyber Monday deal. And then Cyber Monday became Cyber Week, and then it's just a black month now, a big black month.
Yeah, boy.
I'm going to show you some of the best deals here. Just a few bits of advice first. I'm not a big finance talker. I don't like telling people what to do with their own money because you know what? What you do with your money is what you do with your money.
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
Remember, if you buy something that you were not planning on buying, even if it's 50% off, you're not saving 50%, you are spending a bunch of money. So just remember that. Secondly, I've never bought anything sim racing related that I really regretted. So, if you do have an impulse buy or two and you can afford it, do not go spend money you don't have. But 100%. Why not? If it makes you happy, you spend a lot of time with it, then go ahead and do it. And the last bit of advice I can give you, your subscriptions. Normally you pay it a year in advance, you save yourself some money. And I know with setup shops, things like iRacing memberships, we pay a lot of little bits every single month. And if you now pay and you get a Black Friday deal, like for iRacing, for example, you save yourself 25%, and then you get a discount for paying a year in advance, and you're going to be using it for the next year. Go ahead and just get your subscriptions out of the way, because those will actually save you the most money across a year. Let's start with the first deals over here. Let's start with Asetek, since Asetek is a channel supporter. Sim Circuit at checkout, save yourself 5% on top of these discounts. The La Prima Forte button box over here, I think, is very, very good value for money. Now, do keep in mind this 166 euros does not include your handles or your grips. You are going to have to add them on. Right next to it here, you can see the Forte Formula 1. This is the previous gen. Unfortunately, most of these things, besides for the Forte pedals, seems to be the previous generation of Asetek gear. And then, of course, the La Prima, I think, is just the way it is now. But, you might want to stretch your budget a little bit. I think once you add the handles onto this, you're going to be talking 250. For maybe another 70 euros, you get the, the additional inputs there on the wheel itself, and you get the little toggle switches. It might just be worth your while going that way. I do have to be honest with you. See the aluminium buttons that you get on here. It is day and night the way it feels. It is really, really, the new generation ones is much nicer. But of course, they've got some older stock to ship. SiMagic has only got their SiMagic 2 Pro and their Sport on sale. That's obviously to clear out stock for, the new gen, their SiMagic 3 coming. But even so, 25% on the SiMagic 2 Pro and 30% off on the SiMagic 2 Sport. I would highly recommend going for the Pro version, paying that just slightly bit more. You are definitely getting a better base. You 100% are. So if you are going this direction, get that. However, I would say that very, very soon, in the next couple of weeks, the SiMagic 3s are going to be shipping out. And I can tell you now, you're going to be finding an absolute ton of these on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, at probably around 700 euros, maybe $700, even less. As soon as the new stuff come out, this price on the used market will definitely be a lot less than 1,128 euros that they're asking over here. So keep that in mind. And also, SiMagic is such a brand that is built to such a high quality. Even if you buy a used base, you can drive that thing every day at max capacity for 5 years straight, and I tell you what, it'll still be perfecto. SiMagic quality second to none. So if you get a good second-hand one, you might just save yourself even another 400 on top of this. Let's go SiMagic. SiMagic actually has a couple of good sales on, and I've seen these sales extend to their distributors. So you don't necessarily have to buy directly from SiMagic. However, I do see here, if you spend over $699, you get free shipping to the US and the EU. For the rest of the world, if you pay more than $999. So yeah, their wheelbases here, they've actually got a very nice saving, thing over here. You can see steering wheel, wheelbases, pedals, But most of their discounts come in the form of a bundle. You can see here, that's 100 off, that's 108 off, blah, blah. And yeah, you can basically just go through this here. You can say, I want the 9 Newton meter, the 12, the 18, or you can buy the Alpha Mini, the older bases. I can see the price difference between the older bases and the newer bases. Very little, $50, $60 difference. Buy the newer base. Trust me, it is nicer. $568 for the Alpha Evo Sport and the GT Neo. That is really good value for money. And you're getting a solid wheel and a solid little wheelbase. On to Fanatec now. And Fanatec, to be honest, are the real OGs when it comes to Black Friday sales. You know, they've done it all. They've sold products, they've not shipped products. We're not going to get into that. That is a thing of the past. However, listen, some of these savings are massive. If you look at this Club Sport DD over here, that's a $300 saving. I mean, that is not to be snubbed at all. So if this, let's say the Club Sport DD was already on your wish list, there's something that you were looking for, then yeah, I mean, now 100% is the time to jump on the bandwagon. And yeah, some of the other products here are on sale. This one over here, yeah, they say $1,599. To be honest, it's not been that price for quite a long time. This is the older generation. But yeah, they've got some good deals. I don't see any deals on pedals. Normally their pedals are quite discounted. I mean, there's $50 off on that wheel. This is quite a big saving if you Mr. Moneybags and want to buy yourself a real GT3 BMW wheel. Yeah, now's the time to do so. But yeah, Fanatec has always got some very, very good deals. VPG, they've only got their Mustang wheel. Unfortunately, I don't mind the Mustang wheel. It's very nice. I've seen it at Expo. But this one is the one I want, the Porsche wheel. If that was a bit of a saving, I might have jumped on it myself. But yeah, 20% off a Mustang GT3 wheel. One of the better companies on Black Friday to shop with seems to be Cube Controls, up to 35% off. I mean, wow. Here you can see the CSX3. Now, the CSX3 has been on the market for quite a while. I did used to own it, and 100%, it's an absolute phenomenal wheel if you're doing like open wheel cars, Formula cars. The wheel is quite small, so it is a nippy wheel. I found for myself it wasn't that fantastic when I was doing racing with it with GT cars, and that's the main reason that I sold my CSX3. But if you are lucky enough to be able to afford something like this, and maybe, a big GSI wheel or something, then yeah, 100%. This saving is not to be snubbed at. That's more than 300 euros of a saving. So next week, you'll be paying a lot more for this. But at the moment, there are some savings to be had. And yeah, do you know what? Well done, Cube Controls. Your savings are pretty much across all your wheels. Even these little Evo one here, I mean, this is a very good little wheel, entry-level wheel. 330 euros for that, I can tell you, is not a bad price for the quality and the tactileness of the shifters. Is really, really a good little price. That, what are we on now? Moza. Moza is a little bit disappointing, to be honest. You don't save a lot, like you can see, 3-4% here. But I mean, any saving is better than no saving. And to be fair, over the course of a year, Moza, their prices are so competitive, and I think they are, get their prices down as low as they can in general compared to the competitors. So yeah, the savings would not be as big. VRS is one of the ones that actually surprised me here. They've got fairly good bundles here. I mean, look at this. Save 45%. So this was 1,795 euros. Now, I'm not that much familiar with VRS, so I don't know if this actually was the price a week or two ago. But yeah, this wheelbase, I think, is the one that you can upgrade the power over time. So this one here does come, it seems, at max 20 Newton meters. This one here, you can see it says at 9 Newton meters. So it's exactly the same base. However, this, you pay like a one-off fee via software, and then they unlock it, and you can get, go from 9 Newton meters to, let's say, 12 or 18 and then 20. You can argue it's a good idea, it's not a bad idea, but yeah, if you're buying into something and over a course of time you want to upgrade it, yeah, 100% not bad. This wheel here, not bad for 179 euros. I did play with it at the expo. I mean, there really is nothing special with it. There's no bells and whistles with it, but what you see is what you get, and it is a very, very solid wheel. One thing I do remember, though, is the shifters were really clicky, like obnoxiously loud. You know that click, click, click. I'm not going to click, click for you again. I'm sorry. 100% this VRS, even this bundle here. This bundle here will get you up and going. You get your brake, your throttle. VRS pedals, I've heard, is amongst the best in the business. Then you get your 9 Newton meter. Is this a 9 Newton meter? Oh no, 6 Newton meter base and the wheel for 999 euros. You see, that's not a bad deal. Maybe you buy this. It's a saving of, looks like 690 euro saving. During the course of a year, you maybe just upgrade your base to 12 Newton meters or whatever when you have a bit extra finances. But yeah, not too bad for VRS. I have to say they've actually brought the savings if those other prices are legit. GSI. I like how GSI does their Black Fridays. They got 15% off here on most of their wheels. The only thing is on their newer one, the Interlock, you can see even on their new one, they give you 5% off. Yes, it's not a massive saving, but it's better than nothing. I've got the FPE V2, which I really rate very highly. Asetek, however, did spoil me now because the screen on the Asetek it's like day and night. It's like having an iPhone from 2011 and then having an iPhone from today. The screen quality is unreal on the Asetek wheels. I'll give Asetek that. I don't like Asetek shifters. They don't feel that nice, not nearly as nice as on the GSI, but they do know how to implement screens better than GSI. But yeah, these wheels here, 15% off is, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're paying these prices, 1,400, 1,300, 1,000, yeah, then that 15% actually adds up to a significant amount. So yeah, if you always fancied yourself a GSI wheel, now's not a bad time to get one. SimLabs. I really like how SimLabs does Black Friday. They just say, listen here, we give you 11% off everything. And that is fantastic. Last year, it actually didn't include these wheels here, and I can see they are sold out. To be fair, this year would not be a bad deal. You'd be saving yourself, what's that, 2,000 something. Even this wheel here, they say this is the best sim racing wheel. I'm not going to argue. Definitely a nice wheel. I tried it at the expo. I would not go as far as to say it's the best sim racing wheel. But 2,700 euros, yeah, 11% of that adds up to be some money. Nearly a 300 euro saving. If you were planning on spending, a boat tub, life raft. No, if you were planning on spending a ton of money to buy yourself and treat yourself to one of these wheels, then yeah, now you'd save yourself just that little bit more, which is fantastic. These pedals here, I still consider today, these XP1 pedals, as the best pedals that you can buy for your money. There's not a lot of pedals on the market that can compare to these pedals feature-wise, adjustability-wise, and how they perform at this price point. 100%, these are the mid-range king of pedals, I do believe so. And yeah, now you can save yourself 11%. Simpson has a bit of a saving. It seems like they just give you $45 off your order. I don't know if this extends to the AliExpress store, but yeah, in the past I found that if you order directly from Simpson themselves, sometimes you get shafted in the shipping price. So where sometimes it's a lot cheaper just to buy directly from them on the AliExpress store. So go and have a look. These are very good pedals for the money. I mean, you're looking here, look at £189. That'll be a 2. Is that for 2 or 3 pedal set? Wow, that'd be fantastic. No, yeah, that's for 3 pedals. So yeah, if you want there, £137 for a brake and a throttle. I can highly recommend this set of pedals. You're not going to get better for that money. You're just not. That is most of the Black Friday deals that is available as of today. More, I'm sure, will pop up as the week progresses. And remember, if you want to treat yourself to something nice and you're not going to put yourself in financial distress doing so, then treat yourself, because guess what? You are worth it. And I find myself, it is easier to ask the wife for forgiveness. And I buy a bit of flowers and a bit of chocolates and, you know, treat it to a movie and maybe a dinner. It's easier then to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. If I say, can I go and buy a new wheelbase? The answer is always no. It's like a definitive no. So sometimes when the box just shows up, it's easier just to take the beating on, you know, that day, and then, yeah, go ahead from there. But please consider using one of my links down below. The vast majority of the things we discussed here I am not affiliated with. But yes, SiMagic and also Asetek. There's a couple of sites, if you put in SimCircuit, I'll actually be able to save you money on top of the savings that are already there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See ya.